Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. Welcome to the channel. Another top 10. Um, I haven't recorded in forever, and I really didn't have this list planned. I'm still like finishing it off right now. Um, we did the 1800s in film. We did the 1880s when film actually started. Um, and we didn't even have 10 films to work with. So I was just ranking the films of the 1880s. Um, but it exploded in the 1890s where there were so many more films to cover. So I've gone down the list extensively to see just what do I like. What stands out to me? What do I want to watch out of these? And there's a lot of good ones. There's like men boxing and two fencers. Um, that's pretty cool. Even like the traffic stuff, I'm like, that's pretty sick. It's pretty lit. As we venture off into the further 1890s, we're almost into the 1900s. I'm really starting to see like, okay, this is pretty sick. I like this a lot. Um, so we will talk about um, the 1890s. The top 10 films of the 1890s that I want to see, ranked about by how cool they sound. Let me see. We've got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. There's one more I have to add. That's pretty interesting. I'll put that one higher up real quick. Um, we'll put this one. We'll put this one. Yep, and then to erase all this shit. One, two, three, four, five, six. All right. Without further ado, number 10 is Buffalo Bill, um, starring Buffalo Bill. I believe this is a lost film now, so I think some of these are lost, but there might be fragments here and there. Um, I don't care. I'm still adding them because I want to see him. Buffalo Bill was a figure in our history, and it's crazy that it's starring Buffalo Bill, um, Buffalo Bill Cody. That's who I'm named after. My mom is a historian. She could tell you a lot more about Buffalo Bill. I don't feel like researching right now. I've never researched Buffalo Bill, even though I'm named after the man. Um, yeah, I think it's just pretty fascinating stuff. Similarly, number 9 is Annie Oakley, starring Annie Oakley. That just it just sounds so dope. It was the first one that popped out where it was starring the same person. There's a couple others like Carmen Sita who's doing dances, and there's another girl who's doing dances and stuff, and it's pretty cool. Um, number 8 is Santa Claus. About Santa Claus. I love Santa Claus. That's cool. That sounds cool to me. Um, number 7 is Cleopatra. Again, that just sounds really dope. Like let's talk about Cleopatra. Let's start talking about fictional characters and just doing our take on that, adapting it into film. Another similar film adaptation, number 6, is Cinderella. Um, that's just so dope. Cinderellon, directed by Georges Méliès. He was a French magician, actor, and film director. He created trick films, and a lot of people were doing these, and that's pretty cool. 1899 French trick film. That looks so crazy to me, man. Black and white, silent. That is dope. Dope. It is totally dope. Um, we're number 5 already. Man, we're flying through this list. Number 5 is Beauty and the Beast. I love Beauty and the Beast. Love the tale. Produced for Path French. It's a French film. Um, dude, I love it. Look at these other movies. The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Is that what we're talking about? The Devil in a in a convent. At least in the UK, is a sign of the cross, or the Devil in a convent. Saint George Méliès, kidnapping by Indians. A lot of crazy stuff in here, man. Number 4 is the Dixon experimental sound film. It's the first film released in sound. That's pretty crazy, especially so early on in film. That's wild. That's wild to me. These last three are animated films. If there were more animated films, they probably would have been on this list. Number 3 is Un Bon Bok. Un Bon Bok. I don't even know shit about this, to be honest with you. It's an 1892 French short animated film. Yeah, there's some short films on here too that I've added. I don't care. But directed by Emile Renaud. Cool. It is considered a lost film. No copy exists, as Renaud threw all but 2 of his picture bands into the Seine River as he was suffering of depression at that time. That is super sad. That is super depressing. Short. What is this? 1892, yeah. And there's no... Un Bon Bok means a good beer. Means a good beer. The first surviving. That's wild. Oh, Paul. This is Paul Pierrot. Paul Pierrot. That I'm watching right now. That's insane. That's actually my number 2. That's wild. Animation has come a long way, but that's still crazy what they're doing right here. That is incredibly fascinating. What's the sound like? It's silent. That's scary. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Un Bon Bok is a good beer. He's just drinking beer. Looks like. And then the next one is number 1 is Le Clown et ses chiens. Le Clown et ses chiens. I don't even know what that translates into, but it stuck out to me. It did. I'll be honest. Le Clown et ses chiens. 1892. It's an ancient film. It's a clown, and a dog is jumping through like a hoop. That is insane. It's some shit that anyone can make now, like on Flipnote, that any artist that can make now. Flipnote Hatena, you guys remember that for what, DS? That's crazy though. Wow, that's fucking insane. Wow, you guys have a good one. We will talk about the 1900s next, and then just make our way up down. So we have the 1900s, we have the 1910s, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s to do, because we've already done 60s, 70s, 80s. Gotta do the 90s, and I think I did all the 2000s. I'm just gonna count that as my top 10 2000s films, even though it's not accurate at all. And then I'm gonna do 2010s, and then we're gonna leave it at that until the 2020s are over, and then we're gonna do that whenever that happens, whenever that shit. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, you guys have a good one, and take care.